children. How are you? How was your night? Hope you slept well, and hope you are not too cold because this weekend the rain has just been like falling back to back. And please try as much as possible to always put on a thick clothes because of the weather. And I hope you have started helping mom and dad with some house chores. Yeah, welcome to Melody Kids right here on Melody FM 100.7, the show where fun and learning comes together. And I am sure, what's it called? Holiday lesson will start on Monday. Please try as much as possible to attend because it's going to help you by the time you resume back to school, and it's going to broaden your knowledge. You're going to have the understanding of what you are expecting in your next class. I am Ademide Tomiwa Olanrewaju, Ademide. I am sure you missed me. Yes, I also miss you guys, and I am here today. Don't worry, today you are going to enjoy the program because what we have today is well packaged for you people. So I will be right back on a short break now. Don't leave. Call your friend to tell a friend that Auntie Mide is already on the show this morning. Call a friend, tell a friend, and start telling them that they should get their jotters and their pen because they are going to jot a lot. They are going to gain a lot from today's episode. I will be right back. Thank you.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some ducks, E-I-E-I-O, with a quack quack here and a quack quack there, here a quack, there a quack, everywhere a quack quack. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some pigs, E-I-E-I-O, with a oink oink here and a oink oink there, here a oink, there a oink, everywhere an oink oink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some cows, E-I-E-I-O, with a moo moo here and a moo moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some dogs, E-I-E-I-O, with a oof oof here and a woof woof there, here a woof, there a woof, everywhere a oof oof. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some cats, E-I-E-I-O, with a meow meow here and a meow meow there, here a meow, there a meow.
back to Melody Kids on Melody FM with Auntie Mide. I hope you enjoyed the music and I hope you've called your friend. I hope you've informed them that Auntie Mide is already on the show. They should start listening and hope they are with their books and their jotters, their biro, their pen. Hope they are prepared. Eh? Okay, as you know, on the show today, we are always having various segments. The storyline segment where we'll be telling you the story of the brave boy. I am sure you don't want to miss out on it. Just sit and relax and listen to how the title, how the topic was gotten from the story. And the next segment also that we'll be having on the show is the fun fact segment. We have the kids say segment, the joke segment, the poem segment. I am sure you would enjoy the program. Just sit and relax. Hope you've called your friends. And please, once I start calling the studio line, please, I want to, because the topic today, I don't want to tell you yet. I want you to start calling in once the studio line is opened so that you will tell me your experience. Don't let me dish it out to you yet. Now, so I will be right back because we are going to listen to the package now. Just sit and relax and don't go anywhere. Thank you.
Wouldn't wanna be anybody else. Hey, you made me insecure. Told me I wasn't good enough, but who are you to judge? When you're a diamond in the rough, I'm sure you got some things you'd like to change about yourself. But when it comes to me, I wouldn't wanna be anybody else. I'm no beauty queen, I'm just beautiful me. You got every right to a beautiful life. Come on, who says you're not perfect? Who says you're not worth it? Who says you're the only one that's hurting? Trust me, that's the price of beauty. Who says you're not pretty? Who says you're not beautiful? Who says? Who says you don't pass the test? Who says you can't be the best? Who said? Who said? Would you tell me who said that? Yeah. Who said? Who says? Who says you're not perfect? Who says you're not worth it? Who says you're the only one that's hurting? Trust me, that's the price of beauty. Who says you're not pretty? Who says you're not beautiful? Who says you're not perfect? Who says you're not worth it? Who says you're the only one that's hurting? Trust me, that's the price of beauty. Who says you're not pretty? Who says you're not beautiful? Who says?
Storyland, Storyland, it's story time on K-Zone.
The title of my story is The Brave Boy. Once upon a time in Aokuka village, there was a monster named Akaku. This monster was a terror to the villagers. He stole their goods and kept people as slaves. Every evening around 6 o'clock, it would come out and chase the villagers until it caught its prey. So the villagers made it a routine to stay indoors from 6 p.m. Mothers kept their children indoors and away from the windows or doors so that Akaku will not snatch them. Many warriors tried to conquer and defeat Akaku, but to no avail. The king was dying and had no son to inherit the throne from him. He then decided that whosoever defeated Akaku would succeed him. Many male villagers tried, but all failed. When Ajala, the village outcast, said he would defeat Akaku, nobody believed him. Because he was a dirty boy who was poor and had no parents or relatives. But Ajala was determined to defeat Akaku. The next evening, Ajala stayed near the window and studied Akaku well. He then devised a plan to kill Akaku. The following afternoon, Ajala selected 6 stones and kept them in a fire, thereby making it very hot. When people saw him, they advised him to stop and save himself, but all this fell on deaf ears. Akaku came out as usual and began howling around the village. When it got to the village market, it saw Ajala with 6 hot stones. Immediately, it opened its mouth and started howling. Ajala used his catapult to send the stones into Akaku's mouth. Because of the heat and weight of the stones, he burnt Akaku's mouth, throat, and stomach. Akaku fell and fainted. Ajala then went and cut his head off. The next morning, the villagers saw Ajala sitting with Akaku's head beside him. They all started hailing him and singing praises for him. He was taken to the palace and was crowned the prince of Aokuka village. After the death of the king, Obaluwa, he was crowned king and he was a brave, just, and kind king. That's the end of my story. My name is Olade Jorolua, and the morals are: do not be discouraged and do not look down on people.
My name is Douglas.
And my name is Juliana.
Welcome to the Kids Talk segment.
Today we're talking about sibling rivalry.
Sibling rivalry or jealousy between brothers and sisters starts in the childhood, where parents might do little mistakes that start the competition between their children.
It is also caused when one sibling has a low self-esteem or believes the other child is better than him or her.
Another cause is when parents give more attention to one child over the other, or when they compare you to your siblings.
It could also be because your brother or sister does better than you in school or sports.
Children, remember that you are special and unique. You can't be like your sister or brother, just as they can't be like you.
So believe in yourself. Know that your parents love you, even when you think they don't.
That's all on this segment. Stay tuned.
Actually, I'm an only child of my parents, so I don't have a senior brother or sister that I'll quarrel with, so I'm alone.
My name is Hannah. Actually, I've quarreled with my younger brother because he's a very stubborn boy. He's not ready to listen to me.
My name is Chinemere. I called my elder brother because he was trying to tell me to do something in which I wasn't even want to do. So because of that, we had a very serious quarrel.
If you want to have fun and be educated, then stay glued to your radio every Saturday.
Hello kids, it's the fun fact segment. Now today we'll be talking about sibling rivalry and jealousy. According to research, several parenting mistakes can lead to sibling rivalry. Now these mistakes include creating competition between siblings. When parents make their children perform the same activities, like the same sports, without realizing that each child has a different talent, this can result in sibling rivalry. As a result, the child who is not so talented in that activity might feel envious of his brother or sister. Now, another mistake is comparing them to each other. This might result in jealousy. For example, when you ask, why aren't you neat like your brother? Or why don't you do this like your sister? This might make that child jealous of his brother or sister. And finally, when a new child comes along, the older child might feel a little jealous because all the attention he or she used to get is now passed on to the newborn child. That's fun fact segment.
My name is Ademide Olanrewaju, and I'm here to share a joke with you. One day, my neighbor who had been very sick called a witch doctor to come to treat him at his house. The witch doctor said his case was critical and that he cannot be cured, but the sickness can be transferred to another person. My neighbor accepted. The witch doctor told him, as I am leaving, if anyone open the door, you must say cha, and this person will die in your place. The witch doctor left, and my neighbor was waiting for the first unlucky person, so as to say cha and transfer his sickness to the person and be cured. But the witch doctor discovered that he didn't collect any money from my neighbor from his treatments, so he decided to take the risk to go back to my neighbor and ask. As soon as he opened the door, my neighbor said cha. The witch doctor said raracha. Then my neighbor said rarecha. Then the witch doctor said rarecha. As I am talking to you now, the whole community is there watching how the two are now saying rarecha. Thank you.
The title of my poem is The Stem of the Branch. None of earth is like her, she that made me breath. None of earth is like her, she that filled my stomach. None of earth is like her, she that knew why I cried. None of earth is like her, she that protected me. None of earth is like her, she that gave me first lessons. None of earth is like her, she whose death offends me. Fitting in is overrated, I'd rather be appreciated. What better way to shout, you're here, than have a head like a hippo rear.
Bunga, that doesn't make me feel better.
Giraffe stand out in the zebra herd, elk can't hide in a flock of birds. With that head, you can't hide from view. Then again, who'd want to?
Well, there's predators for one.
You got to stand up, let the bright lands hear you shout. Be proud, be free, to be the way that you wanna be. If weird is better, you're the best. Totally stand out from the rest. Lucky you, your head's unique. Looks like a rock that grew a beak.
It does?
You got to stand out, let the bright lands hear you shout. Be proud, be free, to be the way that you wanna be. To be the way that you wanna be. Don't forget my Uncle Pumbaa. Folks all know him when he passes, 'cause his tunes go bada boom ba. You gotta respect those massive gases. Oh, you got to stand out, let the bright lands hear you shout. Be proud, be free, to be the way that you wanna be. Stand up.
Welcome back to Melody Kids on Melody FM with Ademide. I hope you listened to the package today and I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you were able to learn something from the storyline segment, The Brave Boy. And I hope you were able to jot something down, even from the poem. You can start improving yourself. You can start making use of the poem segment to improve for people that loves to write poem. You can start using that medium to express yourself and know how to write poem. Our focus today is sibling rivalry, and I hope you enjoyed it. I am sure you enjoyed it. So what is sibling rivalry? Sibling rivalry is when siblings are fighting for attention. And this starts during their childhood, where parents tend to give a particular child attention than the others. And what is the causes? The causes of siblings rivalry is one, low self-esteem. When you have a low self-esteem and feel like you cannot do it. The next is comparing of siblings. It's a bad thing to do. Creating competition between siblings can also cause sibling rivalry. The disadvantages of sibling rivalry is stress and tension. Once siblings start to argue, start to fight, start to every time. It causes stress and tension, and it hurts feelings and emotion, because one, there's no how one would be down, especially for a particular child that does not like when he or she is being scolded or he or she is being talked down on. There would be, what's it called, feelings and emotion. There will be hurt. The particular siblings is going to be hurt in their feelings. Children, always remember you are special. Always remember you are special. And it is normal for two siblings to have misunderstanding. Always have that at the back of your mind, that it is normal for two siblings to have misunderstanding. But what is important mostly is that you make sure you settle your misunderstanding with your siblings. Make sure you settle your misunderstanding with your brother, with your sister, and make sure you apologize when you are wrong. When they tell you that this is what happened, make sure you apologize when you are wrong. Don't always keep them in mind and say, no, I'm not going to beg my brother, I'm not going to beg my sister. No, please always apologize to your siblings when you are wrong, and have it at the back of your mind that your parent loves you. They love you and they want the best for you. Always make sure you don't. Arguments will happen. Sure, if I say argument will not happen, it's a lie. Argument will always happen, but make sure you settle it with your brothers that day. Make sure you settle it that day, and make sure you don't sleep over with arguments with your siblings. Uncle Adra is already looking at me that Auntie Mide, I'm here already now. I know you are here already. I know. And I would how was your night? Don't worry, you are coming on the show. How was your night?
My night was great. Good morning.
This one you are smiling. Melody kids. Oh, don't worry. Uncle Adi, it's like what the topic is bringing today is something that we can't wait to have. Abi?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Okay. Good morning, Uncle Adra.
Good morning.
Yeah.
How was your night?
Fine. All right.
Hope the weather is not making you down.
It is, but we are trying our best.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, good morning, Melody kids, and welcome to the Speak Right segment with Uncle Adura. My name is Kayinkoy Adura Samuel. As you all know, I'm the anchor for the Speak Right segment. Last week, we spoke about polysyllabic words with the suffix. Last week we spoke about polysyllabic words with the suffix ISM. So today we're going to be looking at something different. Today we're going to be looking at contrast. And talking about contrast is comparing two or more different sounds together in order to show the difference between them. Contrast is comparing two or more different sounds together in order to show the difference between them. Or we can as well say contrast is comparing two or more different things together in order to show the difference between them. Okay, today we're going to be looking at the difference between the sound E, which is the first vowel sound on the sound chart, and the sound E, which is the second vowel sound on the sound chart, according to its place and manner of articulation. Now, looking at both sounds, we'll understand that both sounds are vowel sounds, but one is a long sound while the other is a short sound. Now, the long sound is the first sound, which is pronounced as E. Now, why is it a long sound? There are two dots beside the sound E, and these dots are known as length markers. They are known as what? Length markers. Now, these length markers make you understand that a sound has to sound louder, longer, and clearer while pronouncing it. Now, talking about contrast with the sounds, it has been well noted that words having the sounds, thus different sounds, are always pronounced with one particular sound. Words having this two different sounds are always pronounced with one particular sound. Now, today, we're going to be looking at word examples with the sounds and how to pronounce them. We're going to be looking at word examples with the sounds and how to pronounce them. But before we go into that, let's understand that first, the sound E has what we call spelling variants. Now, what are spelling variants, or what is a spelling variant? A spelling variant or spelling variant is a letter or letters that gives a particular sound. Spelling variant is a letter or letters that gives a particular sound. Now, what I was trying to say here, that is a letter or more than one letter giving you a particular sound. Please, now let's note this, that when you're producing words with sounds, understand that a word can give you different sounds, or should I say a spelling variant can give you different sounds. For example, now let's look at the spelling variant EA. Let's look at the spelling variant EA so you understand what I'm trying to say. Now we have EA to give us the sound E, right? One of the major spelling variant for the sound E is EA. So while we pronounce a word with the sound E or with the sound E, we have a word like S-E-A-T. S-E-A-T. S-E-A-T will give us what? Seat. S-E-A-T will give us what? Seat. Now, let's look at it now. We have E-A in that word to give us what? Seat. Now, let's look at E-A as well in another word, giving us another different sound. Now, we have B-R-E-A-K. We have B-R-E-A-K. Now, if we pronounce the word, the E-A there is giving us the sound A. So we have the word as what? Break. We have the word as what? Break. Now, this explanation is to tell you that all the sounds are not phonetic in nature. The letters of the English alphabet, the letters of the English alphabet are not phonetic in nature. That is, a letter can give you the sound today and can give you another different sound when you look at another word. So we'll understand that the letters of the English alphabet are not phonetic in nature. Now, back to what we are discussing today, looking at the sound E and the sound I. Now, remember that I said the sound E is a long vowel sound, while the sound I is a short vowel sound. Now, the spelling variants for the sound E are letters EE and letters EA. Letters EE and letters EA gives us the sound E. While for the sound I, we have letter I and letter UI to give us the sound I. We have letter I and letters UI to give us the sound I. Now, let's look at word examples with this spelling variants before we go into our contrasting now. Word examples with letters EE. We've done that before, and we looked at a word like F-E-E-T. F-E-E-T. And while we pronounce that word, we say what? Feet. We say what? Feet. Now let's look at a word with E-A to also give us the sound E. Now I have M-E-A-T. M-E-A-T to give us what? Meat. To give us what? Meat. Now let's go to word examples for the sound I. Word examples for the sound I. Now the first spelling variant for the sound I we said is what? Letter I. Now let's get a word example like S-I-N. S-I-N. S-I-N is pronounced as what? Sin and not seen. It is what? Sin. Using the short sound because letter I gives the sound I. So you don't say seen, but what? Sin. Now let's look at word with letters U-I also giving us the sound I. Now let's look at a monosyllabic word like B-U-I-L-D. B-U-I-L-D. Now that word is pronounced as build and not build. So you don't build a house, you build a house. Now you don't say he is guilty, but it is guilty. Do you understand it? That is G-U-I-L-T-Y. It's pronounced as what? Guilty. And the monosyllabic word for it is what? Guilt. Now let's go to our word contrast. Now we're contrasting the sound E and the sound I. Remember, now while you're contrasting words, there are two things that you should know. Now the first letter of the word are always the same. because it's a contrast, we're contrasting just the vowel sound. We're contrasting just the vowel sound. That's the beginning letter and the ending letter are always the same. That's the first letter sound and the last letter sounds are always the same. What the difference there is just the vowel sound. Now let's look at the word examples that we have and we'll get to understand it. First is F-E-E-T. F-E-E-T. F-E-E-T is pronounced as what? Feet. It's pronounced as what? Feet. It's pronounced as what? Feet. Now your feet is the lower part of your leg. The feet is the lower part of your leg. And I can say, I can touch my feet. Do you understand it? Now the contrast of it is F-I-T. F-I-T is what? Fit. It is what? Fit, not feet. It is what? Fit. Like saying, does the shoe fit you? Does the shoe fit you? Not does the shoe fit you, but does the shoe fit you? Do you understand it? So you contrast. That's the first contrast now. Feet and fit. Now let's go to the next contrast, which is what? N-E-A-T. N-E-A-T is pronounced as what? Neat. It's pronounced as what? Neat. And neat is to keep something clean, right? Now the contrast is going to be what? N-I-T. N-I-T. N-I-T is pronounced as what? Knit. It is pronounced as what? Knit. Knit is a type of sewing too, but it's not sewing. It's like turning threads into pin to bring out beautiful designs and everything. Like your cardigans now. Your cardigans are being knitted. You understand it? There's this head warmer that people wear sometimes being knitted. So we have some materials or some bags too that are being knitted. So we don't pronounce those words, or we don't pronounce clothes that are being knitted as neat. Because when you say, I want to knit my clothes, it's like you want to make your clothes neat. That's clean. But in the process whereby you're trying to make it sewn, then it is pronounced as what? Knit. Now we'll go to the next word, which is S-E-A-T. I gave this word as an example while introducing this topic last week. I gave the word S-E-A-T as seat, and I gave the next as S-I-T as what? Sit. S-E-A-T as seat. Now that's the seat is actually the chair or the bench on which you want to sit on. Okay, so the object is pronounced as the seat, while the action is pronounced as what? Sit. So we can say, sit on my seat. Sit on my seat, and not seat on my seat. If you say seat on my seat, you're still using the same sound for the two different words. We're using the same sounds for word, two different words. Now, without wasting much of our time, let's quickly go further. Now, let's get this word example, W-H-E-E-L. W-H-E-E-L. That word is pronounced as what? Wheel. It's pronounced as what? Wheel. Now, the wheel can be the wheel of a car, of a bike, of a bicycle, or anything. So that is pronounced as what? Wheel. Now, the contrast is W-I-L-L. W-I-L-L. And that is pronounced as what? Will. It's pronounced as what? Will. Now, a will is an inheritance given to you, either by your father or your mother or a relative. So you can say, I got this will from my father. Now, you can also say, I got this wheel, this bicycle wheel from my father. Now, let's look at one more example before we call it a wrap for today. Now, let's look at this example. D-E-E-P. D-E-E-P. D-E-E-P is pronounced as what? Deep. It's pronounced as what? Deep. And the contrast is what? D-I-P. Dip. That's the act of putting something into something. It's called dip. But when something is long and how am I gonna, what word can I use for that now? When something is so long, like so far down beneath the earth, then you can say it is what? Deep. It is what? Deep. So that is that. Now let's understand first the definition for contrast, that contrast is comparing two or more things or sounds together in order to know or show the difference between them. And remember that our contrast today is on the sound E and the sound A. Both are from the vowel sounds. Both are from the vowel sounds. Now remember that I also said that the sound E has a spelling variant as EE and EA, and while the sound A has it as what? I and UI. And we also gave word examples. So today we're going to be ending today's topic here, and we'll continue next week like we always do. I always get your messages on Facebook. I'm sorry if I don't reply and everything. I see most of you when you send your words and everything.
Very much, Uncle Adura. That was a great segment. Yes, I really enjoyed it, and I was able to like gain one or two from that. I am sure Melody Kids too were able to jot something down. The studio line will be opened now, where you would be telling me if you have ever quarreled with your siblings before, if you have ever had misunderstanding with your siblings, with your brother, your sister, and you will tell me why you had misunderstanding with them, why you quarrel with them. The studio line is 070 25 20 107. 070 25 20 107. You can also call 070 55 07 107. 070 55 07 107. I wanted to share your experience with me and let me know if you have ever there's no how you would have quarreled with your brothers before. So I wanted to tell me what happened, what actually caused the misunderstanding between your brother or your sisters. The studio line is still open. Yeah, 070 25 20 107. 070 25 20 107. The funniest part is it's actually sweet when you have misunderstanding with your siblings, because at times you especially when you are the older one, you tend to just make jest of them and be like, hey, so you can cry like this. Because me, I used to have misunderstanding very well with my siblings, and we try as much as possible to sort it out that day. Yes, we try as much as possible to sit down and talk things out. So children, I am still expecting your call, and please, whenever you have misunderstanding with your siblings, always talk it out. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep with it till the next day and start keeping malice. Keeping of malice is very, very bad, and it is not a good thing to do. So the studio line is still open. 070 25 20 107. 070 25 20 107. We'll go on a short break right now. I will be right back. Thank you. The studio line is still open. 07025201107. 07025201107. I want you to tell me your experience and let me know if you have ever had misunderstanding with your siblings before, and what actually caused the misunderstanding between you and your brother or your sister. The studio line is still open. 07025201107. 07025201107. I have actually been getting calls, but I guess the network is misbehaving this morning. But I still want to tell you not to give up. You can still call in. Yes, your call might actually still come in. 07025201107. You can also call 07055071107. 07055071107. I want you to tell me your experience if you have ever had misunderstanding with your siblings before, and I am sure you have. Yes, I am sure you have. Majority of the siblings, some they fight because of food. Let me be realistic with you. They will fight because this one is much. No, my one is much. Your one is small. My one is. So I want you to share your experience with me. And some will fight because of clothes. No, especially when you are twin. You say, no, it was my one you wore yesterday. It was my, no, your one is dirty. Your one is a hair. I want to hear your experience where you would be telling me what happened between you and your sibling. 07025201107. 07025201107. The time is actually fast approaching. I'm still expecting a call. Probably if we can get a call before we call it a day. 07025201107. 070. Melody Kids, are you sure you are? Before now, your calls would have started trooping in. Please, I'm still expecting your call. I want your call to start trooping in. Yes, I am still on seats. 07025201107. 07025201107. You can also call 07055071107. The weather is cold. Probably that's why the network is fluctuating. I don't know, but I'm still expecting your calls. Yes, probably just a call would do for today. Probably we go on a short break, then I'll be right back. Thank you. network has actually been, I don't know, network, why are you following us today? You don't want us to like receive calls today. I don't know why, because calls have been coming in, but they keep on like they were just dropping. I guess the network. I actually wish we could receive calls today, but the network is saying no, there's no call today. Before I go, I actually got a news last week, but it was late last week. Melody Kids Auntie Finn has given birth. Auntie Finn, on behalf of Melody Kids and I, we are saying congratulations on your bundle of joy. We are so excited for the great news, and we can't wait for the baby to start calling in too on the show to start telling us what he or she has for us. Before I go, I would like to say a big thank you to the entire team, to the studio manager in person of Adenike Adesoye. Saying a big thank you to you, a big thank you to the streaming manager in person of Bobola. We are also saying a big thank you to the engineering unit in person of Moses. A big thank you to the general manager in person of Enyola Afolabi. And I cannot also leave without saying a big thank you to the director, to the producer and director of program in person of Pretty the Finest Adegoke. Saying a big thank you to you, sir. I will see you guys same station next week. And don't forget to come with your pen, with your jotter, with everything, and invite your friends. Call your friend, tell a friend to tell a friend that Melody Kids would be on Saturday. Melody Kids is on Saturday, 8 o'clock a.m. on dot. Yes. So I'll be expecting you next week. See you guys next week. Bye.